Wholeness and love, everyone. It just came to me, and I was like, let me share. I sit and I stay in a restful state so that I can hear clearly. And there's always things that are playing in my mind, and I recognize that my heart is open, so my heart is expressing itself, and it is coming out through the mind. And I was like, instead of me portraying this in the mind, let me speak it out, because someone may need to hear this. I watched a show yesterday, and I wanted to discuss this show with you because I wanted to give you an example of the programming that goes on in this world and how you could be impacted by the things that you watch, listen to, the things you consume. All of that plays a role in your life. And so there was this family, okay, a mother and a father, and they have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Now, the mother and father portrayed themselves as if everything was okay, because a lot of families like to keep secrets. Don't say anything, don't speak up, don't speak out, keep it a secret. Let's keep it all in the family. And that right there is the problem right there, because you have to speak out. When you hold it in, you suppress it. You won't heal. It festers in you, and then you start projecting all these experiences and things. And then some of you, because of the way you eat, it traps you into your mind. So then you don't feel worthy, you feel guilty, you feel insecure, all of these things. This is all about being trapped in the mind. So, okay, back to the story. Secrets, no. You need to express. There's no more hiding what is going on in the bloodline or the family, because when you suppress it, you can't heal it. It has to come out so that it can be healed. So no matter what is going on in your families, it is time to heal the bloodlines. I'm saying this to say, in this show, the husband was not faithful to his wife at all, and she's very aware of that. Yet she chose to stay in that connection with that man because she felt like she had no other options. She felt like she didn't have any other choices or things to go. And why would she feel that way? Because she lived in her head. It's an expensive price to pay when you're living in that head, because that head would take you everywhere far away from where you need to go. But if she would have opened her heart, she would have saw, I have resources, infinite amount of resources. People have these children, they feel like, oh, I can't make ends meet and all these things, so I have to sacrifice and do these things. No, you don't. The mind is going to tell you that because they like to play tricks on you, but your heart, your soul knows, no, you can go ahead and get out. The kid's going to be fine. You need to trust. You're not alone. You're protected by the universe. Our only one creator is always here. We do have lessons to learn, of course. So the lesson was to choose herself first, knowing that the kids will be fine. So anyways, we're going to move forward with that. So it comes to the point where now, growing up in a household like that, the children are heavily affected, right? But at the end of the day, this is very important for some of you all to understand when it comes to a family dynamic and when you have siblings. You have a choice. You do not have to follow the path of your parents. You can make your own choices and decisions because you are your own individual being. Because then it could break down into some parents try to live through their children, forcing their dreams onto you, and you like, that's not what I want to do, and then make you feel bad about it. So, and that's a whole nother thing too. So I want to definitely stay on track with this story, but I like to give you a wider perspective on certain ways to see things, because you may be experiencing this in your family dynamic. So when it comes down to the choices that the siblings make, although they hid it very well, they didn't know that the father was cheating on the mother, because she felt that was strength. She thought that was courageous doing that. That is not strong or strength, because you live it in your head and you over here not putting yourself first. You letting somebody walk all over you and disrespect you. There's no strength in that. So let's make sure that you understand there is no strength in you settling for less, allowing someone to disrespect you, misuse you, mistreat you, or make you feel anything less than love. That is weakness. So we have one son who is engaged. He felt like he, found a true love. The other son followed the footsteps of the father. He was a cheater. He's a married man, and he's cheating on his wife. And guess who he's cheating on his wife with? His brother's fiance. Yes. The older brother is cheating on his wife with his brother's fiance. Now the daughter, she's fine. She's married, and they seem to have a good relationship. She's pretty much oblivious to things, but she's able to pick up on things like, as you watch the show, you will notice how, they do little things like smelling perfume on somebody, and somebody got the perfume, and, you could tell, because your intuition, you know what's up. You could tell when something is off, and people don't listen to that. Why? Because they're living in their head. And again, that's why it's so expensive, because you're wasting your life away by staying there. Because all these years you was taught logic, stay in your head. Get far away from the heart. Stay far away from the heart. Don't trust that heart. That heart will be broken. Where your freedom is in your heart. You're safe in your heart. That's your compass, your soul. When you're in your head, you get confused. You be stuck in these situations and making choices and decisions that's not for your highest and greatest good. So with this being said, when it comes to the son, the father, actually he ended up passing away because he was actually being intimate with a very close friend of the family. There was, sleeping with the husband. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's very interesting. I'm saying this to say, though, the bigger picture of it all is when you watch these things, some of you all, it is meant to make you relate. Oh, yeah, and then what end up happening is you start recreating this. So then you wonder why you're not finding love in relationships. Because this is like normal to you. There's nothing normal about disrespect. Love is real. There are people who are in fulfilling, loving relationships. They do not subscribe to all this social media, all this negativity, all this stuff out here. They are living their best life. They're healthy, fulfilling. They won't show you. The media right now won't show you the fulfilling people that's living hundreds and thousands of years on this plane right now. Because there's people here that has been living for thousands of years. People that are madly in love. They won't ever show you that. They want to show you that the lifespan is about 60, 65. That is insane. Because they want to keep you in your head. They want to keep the fear. They want to keep showing you all this death and war and just keep you just suspended in space and time, when all you have to do is gently stop, reset, rewrite your story, stop watching all that stuff, stop listening to all that stuff, get into your heart and get really clear on what it is that you want. So for those of you who are settling or feel like you don't have a way out because you want to stay in a relationship because of the kids and you feel like you don't have no other options, you have options. You have the choice to make. Just like the older brother had the choice to do what he did. Yeah, he's following the wrong footsteps. The other brother has his head on right. He definitely did not deserve that, but yet he definitely did. He broke it off and he went a whole nother way. So you have the choice. And there was another show that I watched And it was a mother who talked so bad about her daughter, could not stand her, and yet she treated the other daughter like a princess, but she was living her life through her. The first daughter ended up getting molested by the other daughter's father because the mother felt like she had no other options. She was so upset that the first child's father left her out in the cold. I guess he was in jail or whatever the case may be. Again, these are stories, guys. These are stories that are being projected into your world. And you are allowing this to take over by being stuck in these toxic. This does not have to be your story. But when you watch these things, then it start becoming your reality. Then you relate to them. No, this is not your story. So start watching more healthful, happy, high-vibing things. This has to stop. It has to stop. And, this is something that needs to be said, needs to be shared, because that is why a lot of people are sitting here in guilt and fear and insecurity and worry and anger and frustration, because you was programmed. This is what's being shown to you. Look at the stuff that's being fed to you. Look at what you are allowing and accepting, because you keep going back to, you keep watching it. You keep, you have to do something different if you want to change your life. So it is as simple as turning off the social media, turning off the negativity and dramas and stuff that you're watching. Watch comedy, something that make you laugh. Watch the fantasies. The fantasy stuff is very real. All the superheroes, people, their powers and gifts and abilities, that stuff is real. Anything that they tell you that is based on the truth is pretty much, some of the stuff is false. Some is based on truth. Some of these people are really telling their stories. But this stuff that say fiction is real. It is very real. You could definitely believe and trust in it. You have the power. You have powers. You can do these things. You don't have to be stuck. You have the choice to make. So just wanted to share that little tidbit there, and just wish you all so much wholeness and love.